Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 9 to 9 Gaming. I want to do a video for The Walking Dead Road to Survival, and this is called Scopely Communication Rant. And you can guess by the title, this is not going to be some soft-spoken, Barry White, seductive Carson Daly type of voice to put you guys to sleep. I have some concerns, and I have concerns about Scopely's method of communication. So I'm actually on their Facebook page, and this is an excerpt from one of their posts regarding team strength. And I'm going to tie that into the new leveling tournament and just some issues that are out there as far as communication and some ways to better get this out to the players, because even the things that might be good ideas in the beginning are becoming extremely poor ideas. So let's start with this. This is a Facebook post, and luckily they posted something on Facebook, because God knows it wasn't posted on the forums, or it wasn't posted in-game, no messages about this. So you got to go around and search on Google and Facebook just to find a freaking answer to a question that should be common sense. So there were a lot of questions and concerns in regards to team grades. I'd like to address those concerns. First of all, who are you again? You're Walking Dead Road to Survival. So, put a name with your post next time so we know exactly who we're speaking to. But regardless, okay, you're going to address it. So as players began to put together more advanced teams, we discovered the Class S was too broad. No duh. All right, so moving forward, although no changes were made to your recruit strength, the changes made to appear to your strength have decreased the power. We realized doing so without adjusting mission recommendations on roadmaps made the issue even more confusing. Unit made the issue confusing is the fact that you don't communicate with anyone, that you don't tell anyone what is going on. That's what makes the issue a problem. So we're initially planning to change this. We know you're going to do it in a rollout, and there was a bug, and there's a patch. Here's the news. Basically, you're going to sort through all this crap. The news is if you're below an S, and you went down to a B and you were an A before, they're going to move you back to an A. In some future rollout, some future patch, it didn't happen today, although this post was yesterday at 5:34. How many days did this go unaddressed before it shows up on a Facebook post? 5 days? 6 days before we even know about it? And look down at the bottom. We apologize for the slow communication during this update and for the confusion it may have caused. Your feedback is very much appreciated, and we thank you for your continued enthusiasm and support. I don't know where you got that from. I'll tell you what you don't appreciate as far as feedback is you don't appreciate the post that said Scopely's lying by jumping dead and you deleted the profile. You don't appreciate that type of feedback, but you appreciate this type of feedback whenever you get around to it. So let me give you a little bit of feedback, because I'm not afraid of Scopely. Maybe some of the other players that got banned are, but I have a right to voice my opinion about your method of communication. What you should do is put an events calendar up and let players know in advance what is happening in the game. Therefore, they can prepare for it. And let me show you the ultimate fail. The level up tournament. The level up tournament, initially thought by some, was a good idea. Here's where you failed with that. Nobody knew it was coming. So such a small select group of players that had hoarded this or even got a leak from your company that knew this was going to roll out got the advantage on every other player that's out there. So I have players that commented in the comments and in the forums because they leveled up and did all their adrenaline rush and everything a day before this tournament. I did it a day before because you're promoting Supply Depot and telling people to sell your characters and build supply points, and then you roll out a level up tournament, which makes absolutely no sense, that nobody even knows about. Why not put out a communication and say, hey, tomorrow or hey, in a week, that we're going to roll out this level up tournament. Prepare in advance. Let me tell you other successful businesses that do prepare in advance. Your level up tournament is like a sneaky mystery shop. It's like sneaking in someone's center or a retail business at 11 o'clock at night and shopping and saying you weren't properly staffed, or a pop quiz. How about getting a pop quiz when you go in? Who even likes that? You're studying chapter 6 and you get a pop quiz on chapter 3. Well, I didn't know that was coming. Well, it's the same thing with your tournament. What if other businesses did the same thing that you do? Let's say the Patriots are playing the Houston Texans this week at maybe 1 o'clock. And all of a sudden, there's an email that goes out that says, you know what, guys? The day of, you're not playing the Texans. You're playing the Cowboys. And guess what? You're not playing at 1 o'clock. You're playing at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's how ridiculous some of your communications are, or lack of communications. And that's what causes fails. Poor planning or poor communication is absolutely unacceptable, especially when players look forward to this game and want the opportunity to plan something in advance so they can achieve something. People that plan get better results. When you throw these surprises, there's no benefit in a surprise. Maybe 10 years ago, people liked surprise presents. So you open up a present on Christmas and that's great. What happens today? You open up a present on Christmas, you don't like it, you get pissed off about it and you take it back and return it. So people don't like surprises because we have methods of communicating. We have methods where knowledge is instantaneous, and you have the ability to roll that out to customers. All you have to do, over on the left side of your app where it says raids and where it says level up tournament, just do a little events calendar over there and let players pop on it. And then when you pop on that events calendar, it says, hey, starting next week, we're going to roll out this event. Or we're going to have a 5-star event. Or we're going to have wars coming out at this day. Or, hey guys, here's a method of communication. Your little email box where you send out the daily 5-star award or your pack that you want to sell is not an ample means of communication. So if you want to communicate with the players, communicate, let them plan in advance, because I will guarantee you that something that you thought was a good idea with a level up tournament actually isolated you from 90% of your players who had wasted their characters in advance. So congratulations on making 10% of your players happy, or maybe even less than that. Maybe the players that gamed it and had enough characters in advance. And let me tell you something. And look, I got some viewers that I'm not hating on some of you guys that are up in the top of your level up tournaments. Some of you guys did a good job. But there are players up there with 200,000 renown points. And I'm going to tell you what, there's some shady activity going on with those renown points about how they had leveled that. So maybe look into that a little bit more, because your average player is running about 20, 30,000 if they work really hard at this. Anybody that's up in the 200 range, I would question that activity. But you know what? It's still not a level playing field, because there's so many players that didn't know about it and wasted it. So what would you have rather us done, Scopely? Hold all of our players. Don't sell any of them to the supply depot. Don't level any of them up, and just sit around and hope that a tournament's going to roll out. It's like walking out every day with an umbrella thinking it might rain today. Well, it's not going to rain every day. It's why you watch the Weather Channel. Thanks everyone for watching. This is my Scopely communication rant. Hopefully, we're going to read the last paragraph again. We apologize for the slow communication. If you can just focus on those words, Scopely, and do a better job of communicating with your players, then maybe your game has an opportunity to keep those long-term players and to keep those hardcore players, instead of continuing to do something to isolate them every single day. Thanks for watching. My name's Killshot. Peace.